Hey, what's up, everybody? So I want to talk about self-reliance real quick. The definition of self-reliance means learning to depend on yourself rather than seeking constant validation or approval from others, like the government. I am constantly trying to work on being self-reliant, and so should you, which is why I partnered up with My Patriot Supply. Having served millions of American families, My Patriot Supply is the most trusted name in survival, and for good reason. If you go to preparewitheddy.com right now, you can save up to $200 on their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit. This emergency food kit comes with over 2,000 calories per day and lasts up to 25 years. Once again, that's go on preparewitheddy.com and save up to $200. That's preparewitheddy.com. Thank you and God bless.
All right, hey, welcome back to Shoot Me Straight with Eddie and Dave. Today we have an awesome guest, one of my close friends and teammates, Ryan Whiskey Steamroller Bates. Hey, I'm glad you're here. You just flew in, 3 hours ago, maybe?
An hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
On West Coast time?
Yeah, West Coast.
So, man, I appreciate you putting up with the time here and doing this podcast late, but
I'm pumped, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. We got a lot to talk about, man. You are, I would say, you are one of the most energetic team guys that I've ever worked with, all over the place. And, since you've been out, dude, I've just been obviously I was still in when you got out, but just watching you from on the inside, everything that you were doing, dude, just was blowing me away, from opening up bars and then doing the piracy thing. And then we can get into everything that you're doing now as well. Now that you're a Netflix star.
Yeah, always. I've got my life's like an ADD all the time,
You literally are a walking ADD. In the best possible way, for sure. But no, man, I'm glad you're here, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped to be here, man. I love visiting you here, man. I don't want to leave.
Yeah, we were just talking about what a bubble this place is, and we definitely need to get you and D down here.
Yeah,
for sure. We can start off. I know, we usually start off with backstory or whatever. If you want to just quickly go over that, where you were born.
I was born in Pasco, Washington, kind of eastern Washington. It's not the coolest spot, farming area. The whole FFA, 4-H kind of lifestyle. Showed pigs from a young age. I love showing pigs. I don't know, always, never cross a pig farm, is what they say, so pigs can eat everything.
That's right. Yeah. What's that from, movie Snatch?
Yeah, never cross a pig farm. And then graduated high school, 98, became kind of a snow bum for a little bit. Traveled between Mount Hood and Vail, lift operator, living in a van, down by the river.
By yourself?
Me and another guy, I built out a 76 van and with my pig money, and I lived out of it for about a year and a half, and just kind of didn't want to do it, smoking a lot of weed,
Living the life.
Living the life, yeah. And I think I was in Vail, Colorado at the time, and it's been a year of doing this, and my mom wanted me to, go to college, wrestle in college. I didn't want to do any of that. My mom called me up. She's like, "Are you just going to be this loser your whole damn life?"
Damn.
She's not going to like me saying that, but that's how it came across.
That's a good mom, though.
Yeah. So, I went down to Denver and talked to the recruiter, and I was like, "I want to be in the Army." I'm like, "Well, this is the Navy." I'm like, "All right, I'll be in the Navy."
Is that really how much it went down?
Yeah, I had no idea about the military or anything like that, and met with the recruiter, didn't know what I wanted to do, and he was like, "Are you a good swimmer?" And I was a pretty good swimmer growing up in high school, so I was like, "Yeah." And so I joined and became a rescue swimmer at first.
That's right.
Yeah, rescue swimmer, yeah.
So how long were you a rescue swimmer for?
About 3.5 years. 3 years. Yeah, so I was in for just over 12, so about 3.5 years.
What year did you go in?
1999.
All right, what month?
March.
Oh, we just missed each other, dude. I was July.
July. You were a corpsman, right? And then you went.
Yeah, so I did. So because I know me and you met, obviously. It was in Bud's 251. Yeah. We were both in first phase together. But me and you, I think there was a couple other guys that had previous fleet experience, but not that many. And I remember you were one of them.
Yep. Yeah. We were the older guys. I remember you saw my "Don't Be a Pussy" tattoo.
That's
right?
the first time we talked.
Yeah. I have "Don't Be a Pussy" tattooed on my wrist. I didn't have any more tats other than that. That's the only tat I had, pretty much.
That is the first time we met. It was after Log PT.
Yeah. It's like, is this a "Don't Be a Pussy" on your wrist?
Like, nice.
It does. He's like, I think we're friends.
Yeah. I live by the same mantra myself.
Oh man. Yeah. Joined rescue swimmer first, and then did my first deployment. We were in the NAG, kind of the 2K and SA coming out of Iraq. It was before the war.
Yeah.
And they're doing they were taking down smugglers coming out of there. That was the first time I saw SEALs working. And I was like, what fucking job is this?
Yeah. Who are these rock stars?
Yeah, man. These guys get all the bitches, man. I always joke to my wife because she always says, like, you know, why did you want to be a SEAL? To get bad bitches, man. That's the only reason.
And it worked out for you.
It worked out, yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, I went and screened in Bahrain there and then went to Buds when I came back pretty much. So.
Did you have any hassle, like, trying to get to Buds, or was everybody like, yeah, man, like...
Yeah, because to be a rescue swimmer in the AW, it's a lot of schooling. It's like a year and a half, or really with frac, it's probably like almost shy of 2 years. So they want to get a little bit out of you. So it was hard to get the recruiter to let me go. But
yeah, it was the same story with me too.
Right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was like I almost got out because
because it was such a bitch,
a pain in the ass. Yeah, to get to Buds.
Yeah,
I think it was one chief that checked in and was like,
no,
why is this guy not going to Buds? Why are you guys keep denying him? Because I was, passing every screener, and he was the one that got me to go.
Really?
I was real close to getting out. I was ticked.
Yeah, because it's weird. All those people out there who wants to be a SEAL going right away don't pick a job, and the detailer won't release you. So yeah, it was tough for me to get out of that. It probably delayed me another year trying to get to Buds because of that.
Yeah. It was rescue swimmer school, like, was that pretty tough?
Yeah, it's here in Pensacola.
Okay.
You go through aircrew school in Pensacola right there, and then RSS, I think, is about 4 months, I think it is. It's all swimming. It's like, we started with, I think, 50 guys, and 25 guys made it.
Okay.
So
that's a pretty big attrition
you go
rate.
through aircrew school first for a month, and then you go through that. Honestly, aircrew and rescue swimmer is probably the best job, the most relaxed job in the military, because you're not dealing with any like head shed. It's the enlisted with the officers. So you don't really have anybody, you're not in the normal Navy really. You're always just wearing flight suits and.
Well, you don't got to deal with any of the gayness that
no
goes
gayness.
on.
Yeah, no military bearing, there's nothing like that. Yeah, and you have to get your 10 hours of crew rest. So they can never work you too long.
Or have you stand watch.
Yeah, I know. You got to be like, crew
bro.
rest, man. Sorry, dude. I got to get my sleep. Yeah. Because you're in the that platform, so they want to make sure you always get rest.
Read the name tape, son. Rescue swimmer.
Yeah, I think it's it's hard for. I think not too many rescue swimmers went through or do well in Buds because they always go back to a cush job afterwards. They're like, oh man, fuck, life's not that bad in the rescue swimmer.
Yeah. I imagine. Yeah, you probably get used to that lifestyle because you're, treated like like pretty good on ship. Like, hey.
Yeah, they treat you like an officer pretty much. They don't really even know because you're just wearing flight suits all the time. So it's, do what you want, I remember we got on one deployment, we got hemmed up in, our boat broke down in Tokyo or Yokosuka. And I think we were there for like 3-4 months. And we didn't have a job, so I just pretty much fucked off for 4 months in Tokyo and didn't have anything to do. It was like a vacation. Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I did that. Finally got to go to Buds, same time as you.
Yeah.
What was that, 2003, I think? 2000.
Was it 03 or 04? No, 04 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it ended 03, started 04 somewhere.
Yeah.
And freaking me, I chose not to go through the first time, got rolled 2 times in a row, which sucked. So I was in Buds forever.
You got rolled out of 5-1.
Yep.
But it was for like some medical thing.
Yeah, for pneumonia.
Yeah.
Pneumonia and SIPE or whatever.
That's right.
But enlarged heart.
That's right. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Oh, I remember because, dude, you were, obviously in 251, you were always up in the front on everything.
Yeah.
You were a beast on the O course.
Yeah.
And, I think I was up in the top 5 with you in most things, but it was
stuff.
Like it was.
You're always super fast. You're the fastest runner I've ever met.
Yeah, back then for sure.
What do you mean? Even now, dude? I remember a story you run until you went blind.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep.
Didn't you?
I did. I ran myself. I got a heat stroke. That's what happens when you stay up all night drinking and then go run a 10-mile run in middle of summer in Florida.
Not too many people drink till 2 a.m, then wake up at 6 and run 16 miles.
No, well, that's the military. That's what it does for you.
Don't joke around. You're still like that.
Yeah.
Didn't you just do like a freaking 100-mile race?
It was 200.
200 miles.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a total toilet in my house now. Do I take a steam shower anymore? Like my biggest run is like for my my bed to my steam shower.
Believe me, I'm feeling it more now, though, man.
Yeah.
At our age, I'm like, dude, I look back at some of the things we did, and I'm like, how the hell were we able to do some of that? But, I mean, it was a good time when we were doing it, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's also, like, there's that group in Buds, like, you know who they are, that, you know the people, and they're like, oh, just be the gray man, and, like, don't put out too hard because you need to conserve your energy. And then there's that group that's like, no, I'm going to win everything that you put in front of me. I will be the best. And if I'm not, I'll be like close second or third, you know?
Yeah, don't leave anything in your gas tank,
Yeah, and I remember you were one of those guys.
Heck yeah, man, both of us, yeah. You know, as a funny story, you know, Brandon Cruz, I think in my Hell Week, we won everything, pretty much around the world, everything constantly, and I remember Brandon Cruz was in, you know, the Smurfs, and he lost everything. He got to be my boat crew for a day. I remember getting underneath the boat, which he couldn't touch, and he's like, what do I do? I'm like, just push us, dude. He's like, oh my God, we're going so fast. Yeah, I always wanted to win everything all the time. I mean, if you look at Buds like that, it makes it fun, you know?
Yeah, everything's a competition.
Yeah, everything's a competition. I'm still like that now.
Same.
Yeah, everything's I'm just slower.
Yeah, that's all. I come up with better excuses now.
I don't win as much now, but I try. Oh man, yeah. Went to Buds, and then after that, Team 1. I was in Task Unit 3, I think.
You ended up. So you graduated in what, 253?
254.
254.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you checked into Team 1 around the same time I did, because I went to 18 Delta or whatever, Sockham for 7-8 months.
After we got in that, I met you there, remember?
Oh yeah, the big bar fight.
Big bar fight.
Dude, that was a
gnarly.
freaking gnarly one.
I want to hear this one.
Oh man, well, it started the night by drinking.
As always. Oh no, you know what it started? So it was on a Friday, and on Fridays there we would do we called it Fuck You Friday PT. So it was like probably 8 of us. We did like a 12-mile run, a mile swim, and we had like a shooting course. And we had some Green Berets join us, you know, so we could just show them that they're not anywhere close to us. But no, they were good dudes. But you guys that were coming in for free fall school,
For free fall Halo,
and we ended up linking up.
Yep.
And so we had we got 2 kegs.
Yeah, at your house.
Yeah,
right?
it was at our house. We always did. Like that was the end of the big PTs, is we'd have kegs, and then Dad was there, and he brought the moonshine.
The moonshine,
and
the jars.
That's where things turned.
Dude, you showed up with a pack of jars, just like pure moonshine. Yes, dude.
So we drink, you know, by this time we're all hammered, and we go to this bar, which we always went to, which was down the street from us.
Yeah.
And that night, there just happened to be a biker rally going on there. It was like full of this biker gang.
Weren't they some Green Berets?
Yeah, well, so this is what's funny, dude. Is we went in there, and, you know, they obviously didn't. I could tell right off the bat, dude. I was like, they do not want us in here.
No.
And so I went up to the head table there. It was like the head biker dude, and I was like, hey, man, like, we always come here, but this is your guys' bar tonight. If you guys want us to leave, we'll leave, man. Because I was like, we're outnumbered. And the dudes were like, no, you're cool. You can stay. You guys can stay. Just don't cause any trouble. Yeah. And so we were like, all right. So it's literally like 3 minutes later. The chicks that were with these bikers were coming around, starting shit with us, and they were like, "Oh, he grabbed my ass," remember? And
who was it? Didn't they put it on Presler or something?
Yeah, which nobody did. I'm pretty sure it was set up from the get-go. They were like, "Hey, let's roll these dudes up." So when that started happening, I was like, "Yo, let's get out of here."
Yeah.
And we all started leaving, and we get outside and we do a head count, and we're like, "Yo, Pressler's still in there." And I went back in, and they were beating the piss out of him.
Dude, they hit him with the stool,
They hit him with the stool, cracked his orbital, knocked him out. So at that point, we're like, it's on. And we all ran back in. And, dude, it was something out of a movie. I mean, people were getting stabbed.
Oh, my God, it was? Yes.
I took a knife out. I was like, let's do this.
I know. Dude.
Yeah. And then I remember watching, he had some chain he pulled out. And he was like, no, he was getting choked.
Yeah, he was
getting choked by
always getting choked in some kind of situation.
Yeah. But we ended up we buddy carried Pressler out of there.
Yep.
And then I forget, me and you were on the run.
No, this
Or
is what
something.
happened.
I forget what happened after.
Okay. The cops show up because somehow even though I'm trash, the cops are talking to me about what happened. Or I guess I'm the less beat up one, you know? And so they're talking to me. I'm like, hey, we came in there, you know, like, because a bunch of cops showed up, and I was like, came in there, they jumped us. My buddy's got a broken orbital bone and a nose. And, you know, we defend ourselves. And they were on our side. They're like, yeah, these guys have been known to start fights. And then I look over, and freaking Eddie is in the trash can. And I'm like, the cops are like, hey, you can tell your friend to come out. We're not going to arrest him. I'm like, Eddie, we're cool, man. Come on out. He's like, shh. He's like, fine. And I was like, Eddie, come on. And he just jumps out, boom, takes off running through the woods. And I was like, well, you guys are going to catch him, dude. He's pretty fast. Yeah, they didn't even catch him. He just kept running. I think he ran all the way home or something.
I did. I got home. And then I got home and stitched up, like, we stitched up Quinn. We stitched up a bunch of people.
Yeah, a bunch of people.
Because everybody was cut up. Because we had all the medical supplies in our house from going to the school.
Yes.
So we just, like, we're like, oh, this is good training.
Yeah, a bunch of corpsmen, dude. I was like, yeah, triage it all in right there.
Dude, so you know, when I went back to school that Monday, they tried to kick me out of the school for that. So they...
What?
Oh, yeah. They called me in. They were like...
How did they fight? Because some of those guys are Green Berets.
Oh, yeah. So they called me in, and the dudes that were in the bar were instructors at the schoolhouse.
No.
And they were all beat up, and they're like, you guys jumped us on Friday night. And I'm like...
6 people?
I was like, 6 of us against... There was probably 35, 40 of you. And look how you look.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you didn't get in trouble, though. You got out of it?
No, they tried, but at the end of the day, they knew. They're like, 6 of us did not jump 40 people. And the guy admitted that they had a biker rally going on there. So I was like,
why even bring that up? It gets them in trouble. Probably,
yeah.
You know?
And
Yeah.
they ended up dropping it.
Dude, you know, poor Presler, so he went, so that was just the beginning of Halo. We did the wind tunnel there, and then we went to Yuma afterwards. His eyes still uneven.
He's still cockeyed.
Yeah, because he had like 2 breaks in the orbital and his nose is broken. And then we show up to Free Fall in Yuma, and he looks like fucking dog shit. Like, you know, he's like black and blue, his nose is crooked, his eyes kind of sunken in. They're like, oh, what happened? He's like, oh, I just was wrestling, I got hit in the head, I'm fine, dude. He did that whole school with that broken oral bone. Every time he'd go up, he could not clear or like release.
Oh.
So he'd be like just almost crying in the seat before he jumped. And you'd equalize was coming down on the way down, but he went through it
Probably
all.
felt awesome coming down.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got like a droopy eye, you know, a little bit from it, you know, poor guy. He is tough. President Little Monkey is tough.
Oh, dude, he was a little peanut. It was tough, dude.
Yeah, he's like, come a little monkey. I've been in a fight with him before. He's like, throw me, Ryan. I'm like, okay. Just throw him into the pile of people.
He's got a twin brother, too.
Yeah. He's kind of a dirtbag, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, so Team 1 met up with you. Then my first deployment was Philippines, which wasn't that.
Yeah, you were. What platoon were you in?
What was it? Echo, I think.
Okay.
Echo, yeah. We went to the Philippines, which.
That's right. Because I remember you came back from there, dude. You were like just jacked, tatted up, tan.
All my tats, dude. I got all my tats, my full sleeve and my back done, all in one sitting. I was in on this island called Basilan Island in Isabela, which is actually a bad area. We actually took rounds in a helicopter. We had to do that's the only action I got on that one. But yeah, we took a bunch of rounds through a helicopter. So it's Abu Sayyaf was all over that island, and we paid a bunch of tattoo artists from Zamboanga to come in for 3 days. They did a bunch of drugs and stayed up for 3 days straight. And I sat for 19 hours straight on my arm. Wow. And then took an 8-hour break and then sat up for 10 hours on my back.
Damn.
Dude, I got sick afterwards. I got so
I
much
bet.
heat so fast. I was like, couldn't get out of bed for like 3 days.
Your body getting nuts on the hill.
And I was drinking this rotten coconut wine called Tuba. It was just like drinking that the whole time.
Just to keep you numb.
yeah, dude. Oh man, I was out there. I bought a monkey named Sabuku for $1. He was a pretty cool monkey.
That's a big thing when guys go out there that everybody like gets monkeys, huh?
Yeah. It was like I went out. I bought 2 fighting cocks too, Magic Man and El Diablo, because there was a fighting ring there called the Cockpit. And I was like, I want some fighting cocks. So I bought them for a couple bucks. And I gave him D-ball. You give him like D-ball pills. You make it, I swear to God, you make him every morning I do 2 runs on the bottom. So make him kind of on a treadmill, run him back, and then 2 or 10 drops to make him strong. And so El Diablo died fucking fast. He died like the first fight. And he was supposed to be the good cock, right? Because he was like the thinner one that could fly higher. Mm-hmm. Because you need like
you need a thick cock.
You need,
if you're gonna win, you need a thick.
The tiniest cock actually wins. So they thought that one was gonna win, he died right away. And then the other cock, the fat cock, was Magic Man. I named, like Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
So Magic Man. He was so fat he couldn't fly. He just rolled on his back and stabbed up. But he fucking whooped everybody's ass.
Did you put razor blades or something?
Yeah,
on
you buy these. They're expensive too. Like
You put it on their feet?
you put on their spur. You wrap. It's like a little blade, like this long. It looks like a little samurai sword. Then you wrap it onto a string. People do different cockfighting different ways. Sometimes they just have pokers, but those blades sew pretty quick. You only put one on because two they can't fly high enough. And yeah, you put that on, and I'm so proud of Magic Man. I fucking ate him at the end, dude. After because he died in the end. I was like, cook that bitch up, dude. Let's get his strength.
Tastes like a winner.
No, he did not. It was the toughest meat ever. It was terrible. I was like, oh fuck, chicken sucks. But no, yeah, I did that, and then got a monkey named Sabuku. This fucking monkey, dude. So like, monkeys are terrible. I would never own a monkey again for like 2 weeks. So I bought him from this guy. For 2 weeks, he would just be fucking pissed, like screaming at me, take a shit, throw it at me, like jack off his little wiener all the time in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? 2 weeks of me bringing mangoes to him. And at first, like, I'd bring a mango and he'd take it and scream at me. And then afterwards, he'd take a mango and kind of sit there. And then after, like, a few more days, he'd take a mango and just kind of put an arm on me, just be like. And then so once he ate the mango one day, he started grooming me. And after he started grooming me, I was like his bitch. Like, fucking, he would follow me through the trees everywhere I went. He would sleep above my bed. Like, we were fucking bonded after that. Or whatever, what is it called? Imprinted.
Imprinted?
Yeah, dude, that motherfucker, I was his, dude. And
he's like, hold my pocket.
yeah, this guy, Christian Zook, one time, we had like a little jiu-jitsu. We were wrestling out there one time, and Christian Zook was trying to wrestle me. That fucking thing came out of the trees, bit him on his head and put a big old gash in his head. I was like, don't fuck with me. Spook's got my back. He went to stitch him up. He's got a big old scar on the top
Dude,
of his
that's
head.
sick.
Yeah, freaking, so I got that out there, and then spent a bunch of time on that island, going to Tipo, MBLT 6, I think it was, training out the recon to, go out there. And a lot of firefights, actually. It was a pretty bad time. I think it's 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
And then we were loitering in an evergreen with Dynacore, and this guy, this fucking old Vietnam pilot, I was like, hey man, we were telling him like, hey, this is a really bad area. He's like, I've been in Vietnam, boys. I know what I'm talking about. Right then, dude, took rounds through the bottom of the fucking thing, through the window, around. It was hitting the ceiling right above me. I thought it was sparks. Because you can't hear the rounds coming in. So you don't know what's happening at first, like the plexiglass is blowing in. I was with 3 Green Berets. One of the Green Berets took frag in his leg. It's like a little blood. He probably got a
Purple heart.
100%, 100%, dude. And then we had to do an 100%, dude. But yeah, one round hit right here above my head, and we were all okay. One of the young Green Berets was laying on the ground. I'm like, bro, I think they're coming through the bottom. And he's like, oh shit. But nobody really got hurt. I was with Freyer on that one. Me, Freyer, and Zook.
Oh, Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, yeah. Yes. And so we had to do emergency landing in Zamboanga, and then after that, I think Prevotera, do you remember him?
I remember the name.
He was like, all right, you've had enough action. You're going up to Manila. You're going to start training their freaking NAVSOG. I was like, fuck, all right, man. So pretty much for the next 4 months, longer, because I stayed a month longer, like 4 or 5 months, I was just living up in Makati at like a 5-star hotel. And they never wanted to train.
Yeah, you just party up there because they don't ever want to work.
They never want to work.
Yeah.
So I go in once a week to Cavite. The rest of the time I was just off on my own. And so I ended up kind of by myself, just figuring out what to do. I went to a fighting gym, and I met their fight team is called DefTac. This guy, Alvin Aguilar. He's a Tawagama, if there's any Pinoys here. The Tawagama fraternity is what they call. And I ended up, they were getting a guy, Marco, ready for a fight. And I kept going up and asking him, like, hey, I'd like to train. Because I was just there doing boxing. It was like a gym. I was trying to be a member. And I was like, if you need somebody to train with, I'm good at jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And he was like, they kind of shoved me off. And then one day I come in there, I spar with him. I knocked him out quick, beat him up pretty good. Or not knocked him out, but beat him up pretty damn good,
Yeah.
And after that, started hanging out with Alvin. So for pretty much like 4 months, I was just rolling with that crew. The freaking, I just went and visited him.
You just fought the whole time, like.
Yeah, I won the Filipino Nationals there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was the only non-Filipino there, dude. He's like, but he's kind of like, I don't know, Tawagama's like, they call it a fraternity, but really they're kind of like, they run that country. I think the president now is Tawagama. Part of that fraternity is what they call it.
Okay.
Like even Alvin, the guy who ran, who was the head of it all, he had been shot with an AK and stuff. So he had a bunch of bullet wounds. They're all wealthy, but they're kind of like hardcore wealthy, you know? So
Yeah.
I just went and visited him when I shot the show in the
Oh, really?
Philippines. Yeah, I linked back up with him. Now he's high up, dude. They told me that, kind of off track, but they said, they were like, why are you guys using Dominican in America? And I was like, I don't know. You know, the voting thing? The Dominican?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we were the first to use it. We mess with all of our elections through it. And I was like, God, I'm a bitch. Yeah,
Weird.
Weird, yeah. Yeah, they told me, they're like, we're the first country
Are
to
you
use
saying
it.
the election was stolen?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they definitely work it in that freaking thing. But yeah, I did the Philippines and then came back and.
Had you trained fighting before? You said you trained jiu-jitsu before?
Yeah, I wrestled from a young age all the way through, and then I got into jiu-jitsu right when I got to San Diego with the Lion's Den and then Barry Yoshida and stuff like that. So I was always jiu-jitsu. Awesome. That was kind of the day when not many people were doing it either.
No, I remember like you were always
Yeah.
training and rolling, and it wasn't like it just wasn't like a popular thing back then.
We were all Dieter back then.
Oh
Remember?
gosh, dude, that Dwayne Dieter. Yeah. I mean, honestly though, Dwayne Dieter, it works because I used it in a bar
100%.
fight right the day before my wedding.
You know, it's good for gunfighters. You know,
It is.
because you don't want to break your hands.
It gets ragged on a bunch, but I mean the weapons handling, the prisoner handling skills they taught you were legit, man.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
the whole like Pisiform thing.
Yeah.
It's eventually it's like, hey man, like this is not going to work on a one-on-one. Like
No.
you got
It's good because, like, you know, in a gunfight, you never want to go to the ground in jiu-jitsu. You're all hemmed up, you know. So you want to stay on your feet and keep you on your feet, anyways. You know, so it's good for that. And you don't want to hit with your knuckles and break your hand, you know. So
I thought the hooded box drill was cool.
yeah, heck yeah, that was the best, dude.
That was sick. Yeah, Dave, they used to like pretty much put us in it's a room bigger than this, but you stand in a little square and you have a hood over you, and they pretty much release the hood and they have like a scenario. So like they could release it and you'll have a dude just deck you right in the face or kick you in the balls, and it's how you react. And there's some certain situations where they want you not to like use violence and try and get out of there, but I think they videotape it, so like everybody's watching you while you're in, and yeah, it's pretty much everybody just goes ham.
Right to blows.
They're like,
oh man, you know, on a side note, you know, when I did the filming for, I went to Mexico, and we had to work with their anti-cartel unit, right? And their big thing now with the anti-cartel unit for the Mexicans, they're trying to be less human rights. They're all about human rights now because I guess the old anti-cartel unit was just smoking
just
people
free
up.
for all.
Yeah, smoking. So like they were, I had to go into a room similar, and there was a combative, and they didn't really tell me what to do, so I went in there full blow. Wham! Fucking knee to the head, and the general's like, "Too many human rights, stop!" Yeah, they had to like pull me out and have it talking to me. So like I was like, nobody told me. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, if you don't give me any rules, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah, 100%. Oh man, but yeah, the Philippines, and then after that came back and was supposed to go to Iraq, and then you guys cherry picked me and pulled me into your platoon.
Yeah, you went into Charlie platoon.
Charlie,
yeah,
your
to our task unit. That's right, because I remember you got pulled in at the last second before we took off to
Thank
Afghanistan.
God.
Yeah, dude, that was
God, the most rock solid crew ever, dude.
oh, dude, that whole task unit was freaking awesome, man.
Doesn't get much. I don't know that.
Was that the one with Beto?
Yeah,
That was
Vito was there. I mean, I always say that like out of my whole career because I did a bunch of platoons. You know, I'm like that was like the standard.
Yes.
I mean, those dudes were. It was a bunch of liberty risks, but it was like dudes that you were like, I am solid going into combat. Like I don't worry about anody.
It's how it should be.
Yeah,
you know?
There was like onesie twosies, but it was like fine.
They never came out with us.
No, we put them in the jock. Like,
oh man, yeah, dude. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have got out of the military if it wasn't for that platoon. You know, that platoon was just hit all the things I wanted in the teams. You know.
yeah,
so,
that was an awesome deployment.
good brotherhood and freaking everybody was backing each other's back. You know.
Yeah.
A lot different than your last platoon.
Oh yeah, well believe me, that was a huge shift for me. I was like, what? But I saw that change coming.
Years prior, right?
Yeah, man, like the more platoons I did, and then I just jumped over to different teams, and obviously different teams have their own culture and stuff. So when I went to 7, it was a lot more like lax.
Yeah.
You know, 1 was sort of like, you know, all business, and
Yeah.
real professional. 7 was professional, but it was like super lax. But then I also like just some of the dudes. I was like, this isn't what it was. You know what I mean? It was, some of the younger guys weren't. There's no bar, like.
No bar
We
fights
went to bar
anymore.
fights.
They said there's none really in the team.
No, I mean, our first 2 platoons, it was we went out and you were getting into a bar fight at some point. Like,
Well, I mean, Sneed actually got to stab a guy. You might have to cut
I
that.
might have to cut that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But
yeah.
no, there were so many fights back. Like I can't even remember all of them until somebody brings. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Me too, man. Like I feel like every night, drink, fight, fuck. You know,
Yep.
that's what you're about.
was the
in those
motto.
days, you know.
Yeah, the culture is completely different. I don't know if it's like a good or bad thing. Who
Yeah.
knows? I mean, there's pros and cons to both,
They'll
but
probably be less broken down when they're our age.
that's true. It's from not giving it their all.
I'm an overachiever, drinking all of it, fighting. I want to do it all.
Yeah, you give me something to do, I'm going to do it to the fullest. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, the did that platoon was awesome.
You only did one deployment together?
Yeah, one to point
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then after that, I pulled back. I still had like about a little less than a year. So Jocko pulled me over to his, and I just kind of taught jujitsu.
So you went to the combatives program.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much he just had me teach jujitsu in the morning at that 9 o'clock, and then go out there and once in a while. It was awesome that last year.
Yeah.
That's all I did, you know. So, and then I think we were coming up with. He wanted us to create like a new fighting style. I think IMA or something like that, just more MMA kind of style.
Yeah.
But I got out by that time, so I never completed that. Once you decide you're going to get out, you're kind of like you're checked out, you know.
Yeah, man. You're done. You're what they
ready.
call it, your terminal.
Yeah,
You're like, hey, man.
You're right. You're ready for the next chapter.
I'm out. Yeah.
And so once I got out, I didn't really know what I was going to do, and that's when that anti-piracy shit kicked off, right in that
Yeah, the
2011.
Trident group.
Yeah, that was.
I remember that. I remember
Oh man.
that was the big thing, like, because I went to first phase as an instructor after that second platoon for a year. You know, I was still, because you know how it is, man, like everyone sort of dissipates and
Yeah.
goes their different ways, but you still keep in touch and like,
Yep.
hey, what's going on? And I remember like, that was the talk, like, dude, Bates is getting it on and with Somali pirates, and like, I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah. And a lot of people got out and to go do that.
Yeah, I think 8, 9 of us. We had that was probably one of the best firefights I've ever been in. You know, because like we were on the Eagle Avocet, we're cruising right off Sequatra. It was 2 boats got released on us, and there's probably like 9, 10 guys per boat. And I was with like 3 old school guys. Like one guy was so fat, his name was Gut. You know, like just old like 80s SEALs.
I know who this dude is.
Do you know who he is?
Big fat dude.
Big fat dude.
Long, like, I think he went to Afghanistan with us later on.
I mean, I'm talking.
Yeah, rotund.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like beach ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was a nice guy.
Yeah, super nice.
Just
but
like, you know, if he has to run over
he
10
showed up
feet,
as a contractor.
yeah, maybe something like
Yeah.
that, yeah. So I was with him, this guy Pat, another guy named Noodles, skinny guy, but all old team guys from like the 90s and 80s and stuff. And it was funny. Well, first of all, this is my first boat I go on, right? First time coming out, don't know anybody. You know, I'm still, you know, within a year of getting good firefights in Afghanistan, so I'm still kind of locked on and stuff. And we were first going through the Gulf of Aden, and a boat kind of misses the angle on us and gets behind us and starts trying to take us over. But it's hard for them to catch up. They have to hit that first kind of angle and slam up against a boat. If not, they're playing catch up in that whitewash. They can't really catch us. And they're maybe 100 yards behind the boat, and they freaking start shooting at us. So I'm like, bum, 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 I'm on it. The other 3 guys don't shoot at all. I was like, I stopped real quick. I'm like, are we not supposed to shoot? They're like, no, you can shoot. I'm like, okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep shooting, but they still didn't shoot or whatever. I think I got one of them. On the boat. Our Navy boat, our U.S. Navy picked him up afterwards. The guy died on the boat or whatever. And then 2 days later, so let me hand back. When we first do this, we fly into Malta, we party for a couple days, buy our arms from an arms dealer there, get them on the ship. So you're flying to Europe, having a good time, jump on this boat, go down here, get in the first firefight. 2 days later, get hit with the big one. A mothership was sitting off the coast of Sequatra, the island off Somalia, in the shipping lanes, released 2 small boats on us. They came up, and it was a good like hour-long firefight, and I'm just like hammering down, like, oh my God, this is shooting fish in a barrel.
It's the best scenario possible.
Yeah. I was like, what? Okay, because you're up high. You
got the high ground, and they're on the water. It's
Yeah,
like there's nowhere to hide either.
There's nowhere to hide, and you're freaking just hammered down. I think immediately after that firefight got done, I immediately jumped on the sat phone. We're not supposed to use it except for emergency. I immediately just started calling all my homies. Like, hey, Brandon, what are you doing right now? Get out of the military. Come and do this with me. Gene Mack, President, come on, just calling everybody possible. And they all got out, dude. And we just, then I go across the Arabian Sea, get off in Sri Lanka, party for a couple of days there. And then what I did kind of in that time, I really didn't come back to America, because I didn't have anything going on. So I would stay in Europe the whole time for like 2 weeks, 10 days, party it up, because you come off a ship with like, 40, 50 grand, fucking more money than we've seen. I have no bills, no nothing.
Yeah, you're living like a rock star.
You're living shoot, I might as well have been a billionaire, so partied up in Europe, freaking hanging out with girls, that kind of stuff. And then when you're done being hungover, you call up a ship and be like, yeah, we have a ship going out in a couple of days. You want them? Like, yep, jump on that again and do it again. So for those 3 years, I didn't really come back much. And then especially once all the other boys started coming out, you got three of your best friends on there.
You got your crew.
Yeah, worked out on the ship every day, partying with them, all coming off with 30, 40 grand each ship. It was a good time. You would actually loved it.
Oh, I'm sure. I was hearing about it for sure.
It was good, and it's it pretty much died down. 2011, 2012, 2013 were the heydays. It was a good time during that time. And then obviously like everything kind of fizzles out.
I mean, it's still Trident Group's still around because they just came down here. I met Pat. I think still there. Yeah, he came down and met at the range that I work at here. I think they were opening up a place here.
Yeah, Tom's
maybe Tom.
Tom,
maybe
yeah. He had one leg?
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Yeah, they were really cool.
I got hammered with that guy one time, made me drink beer out of his leg. I was like, you're the best boss ever, dude. No, but yeah, they did well during that time,
Oh,
because
yeah.
The way I understand it is, no boat has ever been taken down with armed guards on there, so it lowers their insurance premium. So they're probably banking that whole time.
There were some dudes that overdosed or something. Oh yeah, right. 2 SEALs that freaking.
Yeah, those guys. So
I remember hearing that story.
It was on the Alabama. The boat. Yeah, the Alabama off the movie.
The Maersk, Alabama, whatever.
Yeah, that was one of the better ships because they were always in the freaking war zone. So that boat got attacked a lot. I forget the 2 guys' names. I met them before in passing. I never did a boat with them. I mean, that was a good time, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Too good of a time.
They're going into Botswana and getting ketamine.
Yeah.
They're shooting it up, which I don't know, guys. This seems a little sketchy.
To each your own, I guess. It's like
always got to overdo it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think they freaking they were in a kind of an area where they didn't have anything going on either, so they weren't standing watch. So I think they were in their room for 2 days dead before somebody got in there.
Yeah, because I remember when that news came out. Yeah.
Cruz had just got off that ship the one prior.
You know what? No, that's what. Because when it came out, it was 2 SEALs died from overdose.
And you were like me, like
I'm like, oh, doo-doo, where you at? Answer me.
That's true, because I knew he was out there during that time, and I knew he just was doing that ship for a bit too. So I was actually back in America by this point. I immediately texted him too, like, Cruz, where you at, homie?
Yeah.
Just make sure, I'm okay, man. I got hit up like 15 times a day. Oh man, but yeah, we got done with that, and then after I had all this money saved up, and I didn't know what to do with it, so that's when I started building a bar. I know.
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing. That you. Yeah, when we were putting out. I actually went there to look for you one time, but you weren't there.
Yeah, I mean, they were nice, dude. I built those things from the ground up. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I literally, when I first showed up to Spokane, I was there for maybe 2 weeks before I got the place. I knew nobody in that town. And I just started being like, fuck it, okay, I'm going to start building this. I'm like, I'm drawing, to get it past through the city, I literally just took a paper and was drawing lines on paper with a ruler. And that's how I got my design pass. They're like, we haven't seen a hand-drawn freaking plan since like 1982, dude.
We like your old school ways.
Yeah, I would just go into the city every day. I'm like, how do I draw this? And then it needs to look like this. I'm like, okay, and I go back and I just start drawing all night long and keep doing that for about a month. I got it approved. And then I was so cheap in the beginning. I had a buddy that was a contractor in Pasco, where I was from, that would come up on the weekends and help me a little bit. But I never built anything, dude. I'm like watching fucking YouTube on how to freaking build a bar and build and drywall and shit. I ended up hiring a bum off the street that came down from Alaska to find a wife. And he was walking by and he's like, oh, do you need some help? And I was like, yeah, do you know how to do drywall? He's like, yeah, I know how to do drywall. Oh my God, it was the worst drywall job ever. I was just hiring people off the street to help me. And I built that first bar for 125 grand. Wow. I did like 890 gross his first year.
What was it, the buck or
the blind buck?
The blind buck, yeah.
And now it's gay.
It's a gay bar now?
Yeah, we sold them to gay. We built that, then we built the Glow Bar and Kitchen, which is big, built out a whole kitchen and everything and a huge bar. And then I sold them to a gay guy afterwards. So now everybody go out there, we're gonna get hit up all the time. Like when I did the last podcast, they're like, he built gay bars. I'm like, I did not build gay bars. I sold them to a gay guy.
I built very nice bars, which is why the gay people wanted to buy them from me.
And honestly, the gay guy's a wealthy guy in town. He came to our bar all the time. He's like, I love this bar. As soon as we had our first son, and as soon as I had a son, bar life is not for a family. You know?
Heck no.
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah, I went in. I was doing some sniper training up there, and we had I think a night off or 2 nights.
Yeah, in Bull Hill.
Bull Hill, yeah. It was like one of my many trips up there. So I was like, hey, let's go check out, because I knew you had that bar, and I was like, I wanted to go see you. And I went in there with like 2 other team guys, and so it was packed. And I was like, dude, this place is sick. Like it's super nice. And I went up to the bartender, and I'm like, hey, is Ryan Bates here? I was like, dude, it was what's her name?
Who? Oh, Vic.
Yeah, she was like, why the fuck do you want to, like, I would tell right away, I was like,
all right.
Okay. Like,
oh, man, yeah.
I was like, so you're telling me he's not here?
Girls like me when they're with me. They hate me when I leave them, though, you know?
That's hate because they're not with you anymore.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we crushed it. We took over that town. They actually made me the Grand Marshal of the Lilac Festival, gave me a key to the city kind of stuff. That's good, dude. I was mayor.
Only Ryan Bates.
I was in the front of the parade waving and stuff. I don't know. They liked it because the building was built in like 1880. And it hasn't been upgraded since 1880. It was fucking old. Like you go up and find the old clawfoots from that stuff. So I kind of renovated and took like a bad side of town and made it cool. It ended up being like the top grossing bars in Eastern Washington. So dude, it was good. Yeah, I honestly told team guy Wade, just like, fuck it, I'll just figure it out.
It completely is, man. Yes, yeah. I'm like, only a team guy could accomplish that with not even knowing, like, drawing stuff on paper to where it became. Yeah.
I'm like, all right, how do you do this? Like, yeah. Shout out to my buddy that came up from Pasco, though. I fucked up so much in drywalling and framing and that kind of stuff. He helped fix a lot of stuff, so it was good. It was good. Jack Bunger, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah. No, but yeah, the crushed it. And then once you started having kids, like we had, I think, 60 employees, most of them like 25 and younger. Everybody's having sex with everybody. I'm like, dude, this fucking place, dude. Like, bar people are not the best.
Just the restaurant industry in general is like very incestuous. Oh, and
never do it. Never do it, Eddie. Don't ever own a restaurant.
I don't plan on it, believe me. I don't think I have the bandwidth to deal with that.
No, you got to be there all the time. Like I used to have meetings because like I have everything cameraed, right? And everybody's young and doing their stuff. I'm like, I'd come and have meetings. I'm like, okay, guys, just want you to know, the downstairs area is filmed. Please stop having sex in the lounge area after shift area. They're like, oh man. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That was the kind of arguments I was having with my employees at that point. So yeah, as soon as we had a family and I'm married and stuff like that, I sold them right away. So
yeah, probably good call.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah.
Was that Diana's choice or choice to like, we're getting rid of this?
Yeah, I think it was like one night, like we had just had Hunter, and I got called down because some crazy hot girl with heels started breaking the windows. I had to run down there like 4 o'clock in the morning, calm everybody down. She's like, fuck these things, dude, Yeah. After you're up all night with the kids, stuff like that. So yeah, it was good. They were so successful. I didn't even have to put them up for sale. I just mentioned it out in town. I was thinking about selling them. And I think on a Friday, the guy that bought them came in on a Monday, went through our books that week, and we got sold Money in the Bank a month later.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, it was quick, yeah. Yeah, and that doesn't happen a lot in the bar industry, so we got out quick, so it was good.
And then were you working for Wynn at the time?
So that's why I was doing that, obviously.
Like Steve Wynn from Vegas?
Yeah, for a decade, for almost 10 years. I was with
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of what helped me because obviously I could build it, but how to run it. Since I was working with him for 2 weeks every month,
Okay.
I got so close with him, and he kind of opened up his empire to me as far as like talking to his GMs, his directors, and how to set up. I would go talk to their top chefs how to set up my kitchen and how to place everything. So he was having that job is. The building the part is easy. The running the bars came from him. If I didn't have him to help me out, kind of and open up his empire, I probably would have failed pretty quick. I probably would have got stolen from so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd always go 2 weeks on with him, then come back and run the bars for 2 weeks, and then Diana would run it for 2 weeks while I was gone.
Yeah.
And yes, we did for almost 5 years. 5
Damn.
years, and then I was done.
Then you sold that. Then you stuck with Win for what, 5 more?
So I sold in 2018, so we stuck with Wing for another 3 years after that, and then started getting into ammo. You know.
Yeah, the little canoe club.
Canoe club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking ammo. I was during COVID, and everybody was having trouble getting ammo, and I could get it, and so you could buy it for 40 cents and sell it for $1. It was COVID times were good for ammo. There's a lot of people that became really rich during that time.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I started with just like a pallet or two, and then more and more. Now we move like 35 million rounds a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that ammo is because I obviously get it from you, and like
Yeah.
it's good ammo.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I've never had one issue with any of it.
Yeah, because you can buy cheap stuff like turkey and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I only hold the because then you're dealing with shitty like customers that are fucking pissy. Yeah. So PMCs fucking. Now we're importing Triple G from Lithuania a lot. There's Eggman from Bosnia. But yeah, just foreign ammo is always going to be cheaper than American ammo. And sometimes foreign ammo is made better, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it truly is. Like PMC in South Korea, they make all their own components. That's why they don't ever have, like what you're using, they don't ever have mess ups with that stuff.
Yeah.
Three gunners love that stuff. It never fails.
Yeah, I mean, it's having good ammo is
It's key.
yeah, it really is, and you don't know it until you start using shitty ammo, and you're like, dude, I've never had this issue before.
Have you used shitty ammo in your training?
Yeah, like a couple times. Well, people will bring out ammo, and you know they'll be like, we'll be loading mags, like, hey, just load some of mine, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'll load a mag up,
Yeah.
and then I get all these misfires,
Yep.
and I'm like, dude,
What the fuck?
then you think something's wrong with your gun,
Yeah.
and you're like, dude, what the heck? But then you realize this is like shitty ammo.
I don't know. I don't even like when people buy reload and stuff. Why? Like you're spend $200 for a case of reloads. Why not just spend $220 for brand new stuff?
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
not going to have an issue.
Yeah. I would always say go with good ammo. Don't ever fuck up. And well, you could get squibs and stuff where the round won't shoot all the way out your barrel.
Yep.
And then you'll shoot another one and freaking done.
It'll blow the gun. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll destroy your gun.
Yeah, screw that, man. Well, for a couple $20-$30 extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Unless the people reload their own and they like that. I don't have the time for that.
I mean, there's people that are into that's like their hobby, and
Yeah.
which is fine. It's like, cool, do what you want. But at the same time, I'm like, if you're buying ammo to use in your weapon to protect yourself,
Yeah.
or like, it's like,
Get the
then
best.
get the best ammo you can, dude. Like,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. But what are you doing? You're doing a lot of that training now, right?
Yeah, so I'm doing shooting courses out here, and I also travel. So like I'm leaving Thursday to go do some consulting with a law enforcement agency in Texas for some active shooter. But yeah, that's pretty much same thing when I got out. I was like trying to figure out like what am I going to do, and then you sort of like I'm like, dude, there's just like this push to like do something different, and like you can reinvent yourself. And I tried, but I'm like, dude, I like what I
enjoy
did.
that part, yeah.
I would have like if that crap wouldn't have happened to me, I would have still been in. So
You've still been doing. You've been
Yeah.
in for. You probably still even been now, right?
yeah, I would have because that was what I was. I was like, dude, I liked it. I had
Yeah.
no complaints. But now I do like teaching. I put on courses all the time at the range, and I just enjoy. I mean, I enjoy training, and I like watching people like get better and learn. And
Yeah, of course.
yeah, and then I really like when there's some hard shooters that come out that really want to like get it on. We'll do like actual training that we did in the teams. Like
Oh, yes.
I'll have doing IADs, down man drills, like do CQC, all that, and that's where I because then I can just train with them.
Yeah.
And it's
Dude,
like,
there's some civilians that are freaking. I'm like, damn, dude, you're.
oh,
freaking-
dude, they're way better shooters than anybody in the teams.
Even when we go out and do that Arctic Guardian, that.
Yeah, those guys are
those
hard shooters
freaking
out there.
Hard shooters,
Yeah.
Alaskans, man, they can shoot.
Yeah.
We did that you got to come out next year when we do that Hat Creek.
I saw that. Yeah, you and Beto did that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you were invited too, weren't you?
I was. I couldn't make
you
it.
Couldn't
I
go,
had,
dude.
yeah.
That was some gnarly training, man.
It looked like it.
Well, it's just high angles, like so it's in Riggs, Idaho, and I think he does more Tier 1 forces, but we can get in with that Arctic Guardian. He's cool. Brian Morgan or whatever. He's a badass. He's a Mormon.
He's the one that runs Arctic Guardian.
No, he's the guy that owns Hat Creek.
Okay.
Yeah. He freaking he does some, and he's a good shot, man. I mean,
I
he's
bet.
Better. Oh, dude, I don't even think. I mean, like, yeah, he's probably better than any sniper out there. You know, I think he wins a lot of the competitions. But no, it's all that high angle stuff.
Yeah.
You got upwinds and stuff like that. You know, and nowadays it's crazy because when we went through sniper school, you didn't have kestrels. I mean,
No,
you
for
used them.
high angle shooting, we used a slope doper, which was like
Yeah.
this thing you put on your scope, and you're like at an angle, and then you had to do all these calculations on what the dope is to put in.
It was all MOA too, right?
Yeah.
And you're always converting it back and forth, and then like even the wind, you're just reading the mirage, and freaking. Well, it's still that. It's still
Yeah,
reading
you
the
still gotta
mirage,
do
but
that.
these computers they use now.
Oh, it's plug and play.
Oh, dude, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like most of the schools like learn how to use your kestrel.
Now they have them. They have their scopes like that do everything. It's Bluetooth to your phone, so we had some Green Berets bring out the newest sniper rifles, and I'm like, so you really don't even have to go to sniper school or anything. You just learn how to use this.
What do you mean? It recorrects the
It does everything for you on the scope, so you don't even have to put in the dope.
what?
Yeah, it's like a laser rangefinder's built into it, so you just laser it, the scope.
And it makes you come up already done.
Yeah,
Fuck. That's cheating.
I know. Like,
It's cheating, dude.
where's the fun in that?
Yeah, what is the fun in that?
It's like
man?
going from manual to automatic and driving a car.
Yeah,
You're like,
what the
"Ah,
heck,
I don't
dude?"
want to do anything.
No, but yeah, but now just doing ammo now, getting into more guns. But yeah, it's pretty much it. Doing the family life more. I mean, I don't know. Like I like civilian life now. Can you imagine going back to the military after civilian?
No,
no way, dude.
I don't think I could deal with the bureaucracy and all the politics and all that crap. Yeah,
You forget about it while you're in because it's your life, you know.
Yeah.
But dude, I have a hard time with my wife telling me what to do.
Oh, please.
I think you and I have very similar wives.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, yeah. When we have dinner after this, yeah, they'll be. They're gonna do nothing but roast us.
Yeah. Oh man, there's times when I just want to sit down and watch a movie for the day. I'm always like, you lazy motherfucker, dude. I'm like, Jesus, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. Those like 10-minute breaks during the day. I go sit down. And I'm like, whatever, probably trolling on my phone. She's like, hey, did you do this and this and this? I'm like, nope.
Dude, my wife wakes me up. She's like, "Who's got our money today?" I'm like, fuck. Okay. Let me see.
That's good though. You need a good alpha woman to.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
good having that was probably a good call for both of us. You know.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're both, believe me, blessed and lucky to have what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got 2 beautiful kids.
Yep.
But the Netflix.
Netflix.
So yes.
That was kind of gave me a reason to get back in shape a little bit, but it was tough, dude. It was fun though,
It looked like it because I haven't watched every episode, but
Yeah.
I watched probably five, I think,
well,
so far.
Look, it came out of nowhere, right? It was Brandon Cruz is supposed to get it.
Yeah,
And
I
then he
remember.
invited me out last minute, and I ended up getting over the top of him. He got pissed at me. I was like, I didn't do that. I'm sorry, but
I
now
was
we're
there
cool.
when I was there when you guys made up. Or-
Yes. Oh man, yeah, mushrooms. Yeah,
Yeah.
we made up our mushrooms. Yeah. Yeah. So went out there last minute. I wasn't even planning on it, and then got. At first, I was looking at it kind of like, fuck, I've got too much stuff going on, kind of as a burden. But dude, it's fun, man. You go to all these countries, get to use their shit, and I have to clean it.
Yeah, so as I was watching it, because obviously everything, it's like a reality type show, so like watching it, like, okay, this stuff is like set up in a certain way to get done, but at the same time, it's sort of like you guys were showing up to these countries, and some of them, their units, and they're like, it seemed like the units that you were showing up to were trying to be like, yeah, we're like, the best and the toughest and this and that, but then we're gonna run you guys through the next 2 days of whatever. But it was also like, all right, like we're here just for 2 days. Like let's have fun.
Let's have fun. Yeah. Well, when it first started out, they're like, okay, they're telling me, I'm 45 now. They were 44, and they're like, okay, we want you to go through Filipino buds for 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not going through Filipino buds for 2 weeks. Yeah, they're trying to figure out what the show's gonna be. And I'm like, look, if you want a guy to go through buds, you need to get a young 30, late 20s SEAL coming out. So like
somebody
mid
that's not
40s.
broken.
I'm not gonna get broken. I'm not gonna get beat up for 12 hours a day. And so that's kind of where it shifted a little bit because they wanted the experience from old school guys, but still going through different stuff. But honestly, every force is cool, dude. The Swedes, man, they were tough, dude.
Was that the winter one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I was watching. That's the one I watched last night.
Oh, man. I was like, that was miserable, dude. Like, I mean, fucking 50-pound packs cross-country skiing. You know, like, I don't ski.
So I was watching you during that because you were like, dude, I actually, when I was in the Marines, we went to winter warfare course for 3 or 4 months. And so we started off in Bridgeport, California. Learned how to ski with
You've done those before, those.
Oh, yeah, dude. I did all that. And then I went to Norway for a month and a half and did that there. And it was miserable, dude.
No, it's miserable.
All of it. You're just cold all the time.
Well, it's not like I get that much time to practice.
No.
I just show up, I'm like, okay, here's your skis. I'm like, fuck, this is going to suck. Honestly, I was smiling a lot, but the whole time I was like, fuck me, dude. Because if you don't know how to ski, most of the time I'm falling over just trying to get out of the fucking snow, you know. It's blue.
You're just getting beat up.
You know what's crazy is like, that one was, I mean, everything that we did in there, like when we went out, we stayed out there for 2.5, 3 days. No, we didn't get to eat or anything until like only what we catch. Like they made us do that. They didn't let us eat or anything, which is like, fuck, dude. Too old for this shit.
Netflix, this wasn't in my contract.
Where's my 5-star hotel, dude? Yeah. But the out there and just and pushing through that, it was a good time. I was trying to think. Yeah, the skiing sucked. That water hole was fucking cold, dude. Going in that water hole.
You guys did good, man. The old Ranger. He
I think he never swam before.
he got a little sick after the cold. I saw that. He had to take a little reprieve.
In his defense, I got sick when I came home, or towards the end too. I was pretty sick. But I know I'm sure his Ranger buddies are giving some shit for that one.
I was like, dude, you're gonna get some shit for this. Like, because he's like, I think I'm gonna take the day off. I was like, oh, damn, on TV?
Like no way, right? They wouldn't let him go, but I was like, and they were filming it too, and I was like, oh man, I saw it. I was like, why? Don't film that on the guy. Just like, let's just say, you know, he died. Yeah. You know, his poor Ranger buddies aren't going to let him live that down. But,
He seemed pretty cool though, man. Like,
yeah,
obviously, I met him when you brought him down here.
Yeah, he tried to challenge you on tactics.
Yeah, he was cute.
Later on,
It was cute, dude. I was like, what are you, like all of 25 years old, dude? I was like, sweet.
27.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, it was like the next time I met up with him, he's like, I don't think Eddie Gallagher likes me that much. I'm like, he loves me.
I liked him, dude. It just was like, this guy's, I liked his cockiness for sure. I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, man, those Rangers, man, with their tactics, their little Ranger handbook.
I work with some, and I'll tell you, they are like the good ones, because I work with a couple here, and bro, they're spot on. Like, they are like dialed in, but it's like so dialed in. You're like, bro, take a wrap off. We can work this out some other way. But it's what makes them good, though.
Yeah, dude. I listen to their like day to day when they're, because I didn't know much about Rangers, you know, but like when they're at home guard, when we're at home guard, we train, but when we're home, we're kind of getting off early, go and get some time with the family and stuff like that. Dude, they still muster at like 5 in the morning.
Oh, brother, I work with them. Believe me, they're like, let's keep this going until 2 in the morning. I'm like, nah, man. Like, I'm going home to my wife and kids, dude. Like, this is.
I'm like, calm down, buddy. He was like that out there too. He was very.
The war's over.
The war's over. Hey man, this is TV, homie.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, he was good. The Swedes were fucking tough, dude. A lot of those. There was 2 guys there that rowed across the Atlantic twice.
Oh yeah,
like Swedish, like part of the Swedes guys. The Swedes guys, like, we didn't get to, like, operating wise, we didn't do a lot of operating. It was more kind of like survival and that kind of stuff. But those boys are tough, dude. When I came out of that freaking ice hole, they were like, you have to get naked, right? And they're freaking. I've told this story before, but you have to get naked, and I'm fucking getting naked. They're all naked. They're not getting dressed. I'm trying to fucking put my clothes on. I'm hyping out big time.
Your poor guys just
shriveled
up.
Yeah, they're fucking inside, right? These motherfuckers are still hanging heavy. I'm like, do you guys not shrivel up? They're like, no. we're Swedes. We don't shrivel up. This is normal. I'm like, motherfuckers, dude.
There's some hardcore.
Don't film me.
Yeah.
Don't film me.
Look at his little
I
dick.
promise.
Like, look, it's a dick, but smaller.
They're like, oh, he goes tiny. I'm like, no, I'm a tropical person.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Oh, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, they were freaking super tough dudes. Let's see who else. So the Austrians were tough. I was their tier 1 asset. They had all the stuff.
Yeah.
They were pretty cool. They fucking, when I was shooting that, we had to shoot the sniper part, right? And they were hitting the house, and I was supposed to be the sniper Overwatch. And a storm moved in. They fucking left me on the face. They forgot about me. So I'm stuck on the face, and I wasn't dressed good enough. So I'm fucking hyping out. And finally, like after a couple hours, I'm like start walking up a mile to get to the film guys, and they're like, I was like, guys, are you gonna film me? They're like, oh my God, Ryan, we forgot about you in the face. What the fuck,
Dude. What about, you came down here. Well, that's when I knew you were doing thing. And dude, that was actually, you want to tell that story? Or
I'll tell that story. Yeah,
right.
so this is where I didn't take it too seriously, right? You know, you're coming in, like, I've been to training. I was a hard dude all the time. You're coming in, they're training you with recruits. And, you know, they're like, all right, do the in test.
It was for the Navy EOD.
EOD, yeah, Navy EOD. And I was fucking, you know, just kind of like did the in test, just did the minimums, right? Well, I didn't know, because I asked them, like, what are we doing? They're like, just get push-ups. So I was like, all right, just hit up the minimums and freaking do it, right? I didn't know that we were actually getting filmed to be going through, like, their selection, right? And I was like, as I've been through buds, I ain't fucking going through buds again, right? So they amped up the instructors to beat me. And so, like, afterwards, like, you want to half-ass stuff, and they like spit in my face. What was the guy's name? Travis?
Yeah.
Travis. They got this guy Travis to like get over.
He was
the
a
top.
good dude too.
Good dude,
Yeah.
right? And this is when I realized reality TV, the directors will do things to put you in situations
man,
to
they
make
stir
more
up some drama.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been filmed, so I don't know, right? So they stir up some drama. Then we have to do this run. They start beating us. And then they go full Bud style, over the top of me, spin in my face. You piece of shit. You ain't even been to war. Do you know what war's like, you fucking pussy? I was like, all right, time out. All right, cut. Hey, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this guy right now. I'm serious. And they're all like, whoa, Ryan, you're calming down. No, I'm not getting fucked yelled. I immediately called you right after.
Oh, yeah.
It cut right after that. I'm like, buddy, do you know this fucking Travis guy? It's like, yeah, I know him. I'm like,
I called him. I called him and I was like, hey, bro. I was like, he's like, hey, what's up, man? I was like, hey, do you have a Netflix special thing going on at your school? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool, man. I was like, there's a dude, SEAL there, Ryan. Yeah, man. And I was like, let me tell you something, bro. I was like, you better fix that, whatever happened today, tomorrow, because like, he's going to kill you. I was like, and he means it. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, fix it. And then you guys sent me a picture, like, arm in arm.
Yeah, afterwards. Well, they switched out the directors after that. That director wasn't a director because he was making different things, telling us to do stuff to get more drama.
Yeah.
And then it was telling them, and so he kind of put me in a situation to make me look weak for them to get pissed off and say that he was trying and he didn't give a shit. So he's like in each other's ears. And I was like, fuck TV, dude. That's why I was like, I don't fucking like this shit, you know? But yeah, in the middle of it, I was like, fucking T, all right. Everybody's gonna fucking die if anybody spits at me right now. I'm like, everybody's gonna die. I'll burn this whole EOD down to the ground, dude. Yeah. But no, it was cool. After we squared up, and then obviously me and Travis are friends now.
Yeah,
so,
he's a solid dude, man. That's why I knew. I was like, oh, because I knew I was like, dude, he's going off on you because he gives a shit.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
But they were telling me to half-ass it, so I was like,
well, they set you up for.
Yeah, that's when I realized that was the first filming we did. And so, but after that, it changed after that. And then I understand, TV, be careful of it.
Yep. And then you had one more little hiccup of in Malaysia.
Oh, God. Yeah,
dude, Dave, listen to this story, bro.
Okay, so we go in, we film with the Malaysians for 2 weeks, GGK, which are awesome guys. Luckily, fucking when I first showed up there's a guy named Pong Yang, or Pong is his name. He's wearing fucking DEFCONs. I show up and he's wearing fucking DEFCONs, and I was like, DEFCONs, do you fall halfway place? He's like, oh, yes, they're my dream nights. I can't afford them. So the first day I show him, like, here, I have one right now, and I gave it to him. And he's like, no, I can't accept it. I'm like, take the fucking knife, dude. I get it for free.
Yeah.
So he was a little backstory on him. He was like in trouble a lot as a kid with Malaysian mafia or whatever it is back then. Kind of had a bad childhood, and then kind of got the option to get in the military. Fast forward like 20 years later, now he's like the head of their counterterrorism unit, but still kind of like a gangster dude, you know, or whatever. So like, so after 2 weeks, I'm going in, and on the way out, I got in fine. On the way out, for some reason, my bags popped. And when you go into Malaysia, you need any kind of military stuff, even fatigues. You need paperwork on it. You can't bring anything in. Well, I had magazines, empty magazines, but they're empty inside the thing. And freaking, or empty magazines. Anyways, any part that attaches to a gun in Malaysia is a weapons thing. 7 years in prison, 6 canes. Even a light, a scope. 7 years. Expending shell casing. Don't go to Malaysia, guys. No, go to Malaysia. Just don't go to Malaysia with fucking
With weapons.
With weapons, yeah, or anything that even looks like a
yeah.
weapon, or a knife or anything. A knife too, the same thing. Well, on the way out, they got popped, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And I was like, here, just take the magazines. They're like, no. And I was like, I was actually Instagramming about it because I was like, it looks like I'm detained. Ha. Oh, fuck, I'm detained. And they ran me up and they arrested me, and had to go into their jail a little bit. But then that Pong Young guy, my wife, I couldn't get a hold of the embassy. And so my wife posted, does anybody know about the embassy? And she got crazy amount of response real quick. Like she got raised senators and freaking congressmen.
I mean, we called.
You guys helped. Yeah, you guys got
congressmen.
The whole crew got together to get Bates out of jail.
Yeah.
I was there for like 10, 12
all out
days.
effort for 48 hours.
Yeah. And then that Pong guy, he drove. He saw the Instagram, because he had Instagram. Saw my wife and drove 5 hours and just walked right into the freaking police station. He was like, pretty much got me out, and bailed me out. That's who I would have been in there if them, and then also the production company put bail out too. But he was my liaison that was there too. And they pulled me out. They got me on house arrest. But then what I was worried about, if it went to prosecutor, I would have been there for like 4 or 5 months waiting for a trial. Yeah, I know. It was shitty.
Dude.
It was shitty, dude.
While you were filming in Netflix.
I was already done, yeah. So at this point I was done filming, but I was still stuck there.
What was Netflix saying at the time?
Netflix helped me out. They sent a lawyer. They're doing everything they could. Yeah, they were freaking. They were kind of flabbergasted too. They didn't know, or it was Netflix isn't. It was the production crew.
Yeah.
The production crew, but they were trying to work it with me. My wife was pretty hardcore on him though. She was like, "Motherfucker, are you guys sleeping?" They're like, "Yeah." It's, "Get out of bed. My husband's in fucking jail." Yeah, like she's hardcore, dude. And finally they. They did some pretty badass stuff for me, and ended up they were props. They were props at the end. That's what got me. That's what got me out of that. And then I flew home, dude. What's crazy is like I have this badass lawyer, David Chestoff. He's a homie. If you guys are ever in trouble, this is the man. He's a freaking, he's Wynn's lawyer. He's Mike Tyson's lawyer. He's badass. He's I call him part of the Vegas Illuminati. Him, the governor, they're all part of a crew there in Vegas. Yeah. He stayed up with my wife for like 5-6 days because it's alternate times. As soon as I got out to Tokyo, they turned into props, and so then the attorney general. Their attorney general asked the GGK to come in and show them why they were props that did not work. And and as soon as they said, yep, no further action, they literally picked me up, drove me straight to the airport, right to the main gate, put me on a plane and flew me to Tokyo, like fucking within a half an hour. I was out of there. And then as soon as I landed, that lawyer of mine, David Chestoff, he's like, "You in Tokyo?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm going to sleep now." My wife and him, they stayed up for like 5, 6, 7 days straight, just trying to get me out. But just be careful going to Malaysia, man. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, but
You're coming to kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Yeah, the GGK though, because I was in trouble underneath the civil side. And I think the GGK is underneath there, like more because there's a monarch there. I think they're underneath that, but I have to say my favorite force out of all the forces is them, because they were down. They bailed me out. They were the main guys that bailed me out, and they were helping me the whole time. So
say the half-face blades knife saved you.
Yeah, dude. Listen to me.
You hadn't given him that knife. Who knows?
Yeah, could have been in.
Could have been like, you know what?
Been caned.
Fuck that guy.
Have you seen how they cane you?
It's like
I've seen it in
literally stand
Singapore.
up and they hit you with the cane.
Yeah, you get put on this thing and they like open up a little portion of your lower back and on your butt, and I think they alternate it, but it's like it cuts into you pretty
Well,
good.
it splits your skin.
Split your skin.
Yeah, they do it in
I would have
Singapore
some
as well.
Scars on there, yeah. Which have been cool. I was like, can you just cane me?
Kind of
I
cool
go,
story.
Yeah, I was like, I'll like quick cane me so I go home.
They let you like you can leave like just see me once. Just so I can say I've been caned.
Yeah, but no, they. I'd say out of all the forces, they're my favorite because they put in the time and I still keep in contact with them today. They were awesome guys. You ever seen that video of them doing their training?
No, I don't.
I'll show you. They shoot. They do confidence training, and they stand apart from each other and they hold each other's targets.
Oh, geez.
I'll show you a video of it,
Yeah.
dude. I'm telling you, I'm like, they're like, Ryan, do you want to do this? I'm like, no. They're like, you don't do this in the SEAL teams? I was like, no.
No.
What?
Not the way we shoot.
What happens? What happens? Eddie turned one on all night. He's hammered right now, dude.
Yeah.
Like that, dude.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, exactly, dude. How much do you trust me? I'm like, nah.
Not right now. No.
Yeah, they hold one here, and they're about 25 yards away.
Dang. With pistol?
No,
Or
with
right-
MP5.
Okay. No, man.
Still, right?
Yeah. No.
Here. Then they go. Then they spread their legs and go between their legs.
Oh, dude. Like
and,
why?
and then they get down and they hold it just above their head. The one between the legs, I'll show you because like some of them are like I'm not that flexible. I can't hold my legs open that far, you know. So I'm like, dude, what? But one they do it and they're shooting. The target's only this big.
What happens when you fail?
I guess I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, so how many? No, we never miss. I'm like, yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. They have this laundry list of people.
Like, what's with all the
falling in
graves out
action.
back? Like,
Falling in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But no, they were pretty tough. They were good operators. They were definitely good in the jungle. The Colombian junglers were good too.
yeah.
They were good. They were pretty. They didn't give a shit, dude. They show up there, throw me a frag grenade. I'm like, all right. Yeah, they're in the Colombian jungle is what they're called. They're in firefights all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They get it on
all
down
the
there.
time. They're probably had the most action out of all the forces. The junglers.
Yeah, they seem pretty hardcore. I think I watched that one as well.
Yeah, they were pretty hard. I was the only guy that they were like, you got to sleep on the floor. I'm like, brought a hammock.
That's it. Yeah. And they dinged you for it.
Yeah. Still got away with it though.
You're like,
Would you have slept on the floor? Fuck that, dude.
no, because we bring hammocks
You
all
bring
the time.
hammocks.
Yeah.
You never just sleep on the floor in the jungle for a couple
But I
days.
guess when those dudes are in it all the time, they're like,
Yeah.
you know, that's how you get shot. And I'd probably be like, all right, I'll
Yeah,
listen to
they
you.
said that's why, because when they get in firefights, everybody shoots high at night.
Yeah, because you can't see anything.
But it was TV though, and I wasn't getting shot at.
Yeah. And I didn't sleep on the floor.
No, but yeah, the whole thing was awesome. I'd love to do a TV show with you and Vito, dude.
Oh, dude, that would be.
Netflix, come on. Let's
Bring it on.
do a show with Eddie Gallagher, Vito, and me. I want to do a show called like a show Hunting with Tribes.
Hunting with tribes?
I want to do something like that.
Like
we go
going out hunting?
Go to like 8 remote tribes, and we hunt how they hunt with like blow darts and shit. And then we bring bows.
All right, I'm down.
Would you do it?
Yeah. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I was watching the series and I'm like, all right, you know, it's obviously reality, but dude, I just got a kick out of it because you're in it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're watching like one of your buddies and you're like, this is him being himself, dude. He's not putting on a front. This is him.
There was no acting at all in that.
No,
No,
man, it
it-
was awesome. You're definitely like it's entertaining too, and you know it's cool. Like it's cool for you guys. You guys got to go train with all those different units.
Yeah.
And I think people like. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. See if
Yeah,
you like it,
100%.
man. It's definitely entertaining for
Yeah,
sure.
I think if they do another season, I recommend it more second and third world countries because they have less rules.
Yeah,
You can do more shit there. They give you everything. C4 doesn't matter.
yeah.
America, dude, they're like, you're gonna have to use rubber guns. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
Are you serious? Oh,
Yeah, I was like, come on,
so
dude.
fruity, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's pretty much it, buddy. We the show came out, and then now just back to slinging ammo and guns, dude.
Heck yeah. And then are they working on a second season? Are they thinking about it?
Yeah, they are. I think they wait for the first 3 months how it comes out.
Yeah.
And but I think we had over 10 million views in the first week, so
Nice.
it was good. So it's just how many people finish it after that, and then it depends on the second season after that. So
Okay.
I go to Jordan here pretty soon in August. I do. They have like a competition for special forces out there. the Jordanian, they host it for worldwide. And so I'm going to host that for them out there, I think.
Oh, dang, really? Is that going to be a completely different?
Yeah,
like-
different thing. It's more from the King and stuff like that, a production crew there.
Okay. Dude, that's awesome,
not,
man.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a pretty crazy training facility out there.
Well, they got a lot of money. For
They do
sure.
have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with I've been to UAE and all those places. It's the money there is just like, it's like monopoly money to them.
Yeah.
And like whatever.
Damn, I need some of that money.
Bro, you could both be a gate guard in UAE and make 10 times more than you would here.
Would you really?
Yeah, man. I was deployed there, one of my deployments, and yeah, it's just nuts. Like,
Yeah.
it's money's nothing to them, and they're like even I was asking somebody what the gate guards made, and they're like, "Well, bro, they're millionaires."
What?
Yeah, they get
Then you
paid
have to live in UAE.
exactly. So I talked to some team guys they live out there and just contract and teach. And they get paid a butt ton. And
Really?
yeah, but the thing is, I talked to one guy and he's like, bro, I want to leave, but I can't because, you move your family out there. They put you up in nice schools. You're in like Patriot Town or whatever. And they're like, you can't pick up and leave. Like,
Yeah, because
you're sort of stuck.
You're living that life and that high life kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't know because I didn't like being there.
No.
I don't like that country, man.
No, I don't like any of that area.
No.
It's not my favorite.
I'm like, not being racist, but I just don't like it. Wasn't my thing, man.
Yeah.
You can keep Ramadan.
We can't
and all
leave
that.
here.
No, dude.
Can't leave
this
here
is-
and go
yeah.
there. No way, dude.
Heck no, man. I'm good here. So yeah, you doing that. So you're working with Noveski now too, right?
Yeah. So now that I'm a cool guy, I'm a movie star. I get sponsors now. So no, I just Noveski, freaking punk rock, gun company, and so I'm working with them now for the foreseeable future, and then also guns.com. I'll be working with them a lot. It's weird because like the gun world and the ammo world, right? It's a very weird world. It's a lot of handshake deals and buyers and sellers. So a lot of people when they buy guns or something like that. It's there's different. It's not like you go and try to sell them to people. You have a buyer that calls you every day and like, what do you have? Or you call them like, what do you have? And that's kind of what guns.com does. They kind of collect all the people around the United States that have, and they help out also mom and pops that has like say they have a Noveski in freaking Destin, but they only are selling to this area. Well, you can use their platform to show that in New York that you have that gun. So they kind of platform for everybody to see what guns have around the United States. Yeah, so they help the small guy out, but then they also buy and sell used guns, everything you got. So they're good to go. And then Noveski is just I've always liked their gun company.
Yeah, dude, I've met them. They're awesome people, man. I
Yeah.
got to party with them a couple times, and they're just good people.
Yeah, they're
just
freaking-
like making guns and shooting.
I'm telling you, they're like, they're out of Oregon.
Yeah.
Right? And they're probably, I would say probably the most sought after gun. It's hard to get them. It's like, they don't really, a lot of companies that grow the company big, but then they lose quality. But Noveski doesn't. They keep it small, keep it tight, and they kind of have a gnarly family out there. So,
They do. Yeah. They're a bunch of good people, man.
Yeah.
It was cool when I saw you were being an ambassador for them. I'm like, that's awesome.
Fuck, it's a good one, dude. And they're starting to make hunting rifles now.
Hunting?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think little collapsible hunting. Are you going to get into hunting?
I've been hunting since I got out.
Oh,
yeah.
have you?
I mean, I'm not like, I wouldn't call it like I'm an avid hunter, but I've been on like 2 hunting trips a year since I've gotten out.
You should do that Arizona thing that we have.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's
With
the
Terry?
best. Yes.
Yes, he actually hit me up to go when you went, but
Last
I
time.
couldn't. I was like,
Gotcha.
dude, I had some stuff going on, but yeah, I definitely want to go because I want to bag an elk.
It's what is it? It's called Hunting for All. Is what is it?
Yeah.
It's Ryan Bader sets it up.
Yep. So it's like if people don't use their what is it, the tickets or
Yeah, they're tagged. So they
tags.
for disabled combat vets or whatever. So if you draw for 10 years and you draw for a tag, but then you can't use it. You don't want to lose your points. You get to donate it to Ryan Bader's organization, Hunt for All, and then we get to disabled vets get to use it and
Nice.
Get a hunt. Yeah, I got So Terry's awesome. I love Terry.
Terry's the man.
When I first met Terry, it's pretty funny, dude. We were out at Skyfall. What's the name?
Yeah, I go out there and instruct
Yeah,
for
so Skyfall.
Vertex.
So I show up and I don't know anybody, and I've never bow hunted before. I've never shot a bow, and so he's coming out there. He's teaching me how to shoot a bow, and like I don't know, he's he's unassuming, so you don't know. And I was like, oh, I kind of, yeah, you know, I was sniping the teams, dude. I'm kind of cool, you know, like that kind of stuff. He's like, oh, that's great, man. He's teaching me, just kind of being quiet. And he said something. I was like, oh, were you in the Navy? And he was like, yeah, I was a Master Chief in the Navy. I was like, oh shit. I was thinking he was on a ship or something. He's like, oh no, I was at Damnick for 16 years. I was like, okay, I'm a fucking douchebag, dude. Yeah. But that's my first
Just
introduction.
skulk away and
Yeah. What's funny too is like if you, I spent the whole weekend with him, and then when we went out to that last one, you know, we got you set up for a bull elk with bow, and I was like, shit, I bought a bow like 10 days prior. And so I'm out there, and, you know, I've never bull hunted with, you know, I don't know how to bugle or anything, right?
Yeah.
So I got one bedded down, and I call Terry on the walkie-talkie. I'm like, Terry, he's like, I'll be right there. Just wait there. Don't get up, you know. I got there, and as soon as he gets there, he gets up. He starts moving. He's like, okay, come on. He's like, teach me, like, we'll just stalk in, I'll bugle him, this kind of stuff. So I pull back, I fucking miss. I hit a branch and I miss him. So we're on radios. Instead of me just like calming down, the guy takes off. I start running up mountains down the other mountain. Shoot again. For 2.5 miles, I'm running up and down mountains. Terry's trying to run me down, being like, stop. He finally gets to me. I waste 6 or 5 arrows I shoot at this thing. Miss him every time. Finally, Terry walks up to me. He's like, bro, were you even a fucking sniper? What's wrong with you, dude? Calm the fuck down. He's like, just be patient. They'll come back to us. He's like, fuck, what did I get myself into?
Terry beat Ryan Bates.
Yes. He's like, he texted Beto. He's like, what the fuck did I get myself into? But no, I did get one though. I made like a 70-yard shot. And
I saw the picture, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, now I'm hooked. That's bow hunting, like, because what would happen is you and me would go out bow hunting, and I'll bugle, and you'll sit up in front of me. So you hunt off your buddies. It's a good like pack hunting. It's
Yeah,
fun.
dude, I've been well, Ryan, my youngest,
Yeah.
he got his first bow kill.
Oh, no shit.
He got a javelina. This year.
Yeah. Here they have javelinas here.
No, we went out to West Texas.
Okay, heck
dude,
yeah.
there's a spot out there which I want all of us to go out to, dude. It's freaking
yeah.
awesome. But yeah, I love it, man. I like the stalking portion.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
It's
all
the
right,
best
I'm
part.
back in my element, like, you
Yeah.
know, doing, you know, the stalk and trying to
Yep.
be sneaky.
No, every part of it's
Yeah,
freaking
it's
awesome.
cool, man.
The it's not like in what is it, Lost Buck Ranch when you guys took down the Orax.
Dude, with
You may not want to
another
listen
knife
to
kill.
It picked Beto up, didn't it?
Yeah, Beto had it in a triangle.
four. Yeah, right.
And I picked Beto up and ran with him down this hill while I'm stabbing the thing in the neck, trying to kill it. And dude, yeah, the guy that owned that place was just like, I have never seen anything like this in my life.
All your shrooms. we're on high on psychedelics for 2 days hunting animals by
Oh,
knife.
jeez.
That's the greatest. That was fun though, man.
That was a good time.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, dude, Arizona, please come out for that.
I will. Yeah.
He'll get us one every year. Like he'll get a tags.
Yeah, I go out to, which you should come out to Camp Vertex out there at Skyfall. So they run a jiu-jitsu shooting weekend. It's like 3 days of nothing but jiu-jitsu, and then you should roll for 2 hours, go shoot for 2 hours, roll for 2 hours, and it's like catered. I've been there 3 times now. Bro, it's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, I went out there one time, but I've never been back there since.
Yeah.
But I think they've upgraded everything since I've been out there.
Oh
They
yeah,
didn't-
it's
they
super
didn't-
nice.
it's super nice, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going out there twice next month to instruct.
No shit.
Yeah.
For shooting stuff.
Yeah, so I'll instruct the shooting portion. Dude, it's like a win-win. I get to shoot.
And then train.
I get to like instruct shooting and then become a student for 2 hours because they have like black
The
belts.
best black belts out there, right?
And so you're just learning and instructing for 3 days. So I love it, man. Steve Rocks is the guy who owns
Yeah,
the
he's
place.
awesome.
The most phenomenal dude.
Yeah, he's freaking.
Dave, we got to get you out there.
I'd love to.
Yeah. Sweet, man.
All right,
Let's
man.
wrap this up, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go get something
Thank
to eat.
you so much, man. What
Dave,
a cool
you got
story.
any comments?
No,
you
I
were
just
sat back there
love-
quiet the whole time?
I love hearing y'all. I mean, you guys have had so much life together. Just
Yeah.
hearing y'all go back and forth on stories.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Man, it's awesome.
We could be here
That's
for another
awesome.
2 hours, bro.
Oh man, dude, I'll never forget the time when he's hiding in the trash can. I'm like, Eddie, they can see you. He's like, shut up, shut the fuck up, Ryan. They can see you. He's like, oh fuck, jump.
Yeah,
Like, you guys
I'm out.
you're not gonna catch him, dude. Run, Forrest, run.
We were ditching knives and everything else. I think that's where the blade came from. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
All right,
man.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
Let's
thank
go
you
get
for
some
having me
meat.
on,
Dude,
buddy.
I love you, man.
I love you too, buddy.
Yeah.
And you
And then we are going to have on
The girls tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, the alphas tomorrow.
Oh, man, we're going to be doing it with them, right?
Yep. We're probably
that's
just
gonna
going
be
to sit
good.
here and get roasted, but it's fine.
That's gonna. Where's my fucking money, Ryan?
Yeah.
Or that's why my wife wakes me up in the morning. Where's our money today? I'm like, I don't know. Find it. I'm like, fuck. That's her pushing. That's what she said.
Will do.
We'll do. Just robbing people.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan, 2 banks just got knocked over. What's going on?
Oh man.
All right, brother.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good, buddy. Let's get some. Do you need me to do anything else? Are you good?
Nope.
Okay.
Out.
All right.
Out.
Out.